equation?
No.
It is a linear equation because it has x and y power 1, no products of variables, no division by variables. This is just a number. We don't care about negative 1/4. That's negative 0.25. So x equals negative 0.25 times y. There is no product of variables. Both variables have power 1, no division by variables. This is a linear equation. Okay, so now they're telling us that y equals negative 1/3. Find the point with negative 1/3 that lies on this graph. In other words, they're asking us to find x. What do I need to do to find x? What do I need to do to find x? What will you do to find x? We're given y. We just had the table that we filled in. So what will you do in order to find x? Can anyone tell us what to do? I have y. How do I find x? Anybody, please? Ashley, will you try? Josh, will you try?
We multiply negative 1/3 by negative 1/4.
Thank you very much. And what do we get? When we multiply two negative numbers, the answer is positive. So we have 1/4 times 1/3. So can anyone give us x? Careful. It's 1 times 1. I cannot disregard the numerator, right? How do we multiply two fractions? Anybody? How do we multiply two fractions? Alan, will you tell us what is the product of 1/4 times 1/3? Very good. That's all. 1/12. So this is 1/12. Very good. Any questions on this? Perfect. Thank you. Any questions on this? Okay. So let's look at another problem. Let's suppose we have a formula. This is my page 8. Let's suppose we have a formula for the value of a car. So the value of a car, negative 15,000 x plus, or a home, 290,000. So this is the value of an investment, home, whatever, in dollars. X is time in years. And they're asking us to determine the value if x is 3 years, if x is 6 years. What do we get for the value? So they want us to find the value. And I want to show you something with the graphing calculator. I recorded this in another class. I don't have to record it right now, and I will post it in your class as well. But I just want to show you step by step. The best thing to do is go to the graphing calculator. It gave me an ultimatum here. What is this? Okay. So the best thing to do is go to y equals. So if you have your calculators, please pull them out so I can show you and we can do this together step by step. So in y equals, up here, left column, the top left button, y equals, punch in this function as you see it. When we start with a negative number, we have to start with this negative symbol, not with the operational negative. So 15,000. The x values or x variable is right here next to the alpha, next to the green key. You may have different colors though on your calculator. And plus 290,000. So I enter the function as is, negative 15,000x plus 290,000. The next step is the following. Second, and the second one at the top where it says in blue, every time I want to activate a function that is in the background of the key, I have to activate the second key. So I did activate it. Let me get out of there first. Second and quit. Second and quit. So second, and the table said, the table starting point is not important. The increment for the table is not important. Don't change whatever you have, it's fine. But what you have to change is the independent variable. Make sure that the dependent variable appears in the ask mode. If it does not appear in the ask mode, the calculator will not let you put in the numbers that you want. It will give you some numbers, and you're stuck with those. So scroll down, click to the right, scroll to the right, highlight ask, and press enter. So scroll, 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 scroll to the right, click on ask mode and make sure that just the independent variable, nothing else. Only the independent variable is in the ask mode. Okay, now let's get out of there with second and quit. And then we go back now to second and table. And all I want to enter is 3, enter, 6, enter. I'm not interested in anything else. So the value of this home or whatever investment or whatever it is in 3 years will be 245,000. And in 6 years, highlight it and scroll down, 200,000. So let me refresh your memory and let me remind you what we just did. So we went to y equals, we entered the function, then we go to second and table set, make sure that the independent variable is in the ask mode, and then finally to second and table, and we entered in the x values the values that we needed. Now, can anyone create the two ordered pairs that we just determined? I just want to write them as ordered pairs. Can anyone give them the ordered pairs to us? So we need the x and the y. Can anyone give us the first ordered pair, please? Anyone would like to give us the ordered pair? Can anyone try, please?
Is that 3 and 6?
Careful. We cannot have x and x.
3 and
3 comma
3 and 245,000.
245,000. And the other ordered pair?
Six and 200,000.
Very good. Indeed. When x is 3, this is the value. X coordinate, y coordinate. So I know I mentioned x and I mentioned y. X is the independent variable. It doesn't depend on anything. This is this x here. Y is the dependent variable because it depends on x. When x changes, y changes. So anyway, so this is v in our example. So this is the dependent variable. Okay, very good. Now here's a question referring to the same problem. When the value is 185,000, find, in other words, x. So I'm given this model, and this time I'm told the value is 185,000, find x. What do I need to do? I need to find x when the value is 185,000. Can anyone tell us what to do in order to determine x when the value is 185? What do we need to do? What do we need to write? Anyone would like to try, please? Oliver, would you like to try? What do you think?
I actually don't know what to do right now.
I'm told that the value is 185,000. That's all I'm told to, and find x. So all I have to do is replace the value by 185,000, negative 15,000x plus 290,000. That's all you had to say. Good? So let's solve this equation for x. Can anyone tell us how to solve the equation for x? So please find x, and then I would like to determine the new ordered pair that we're going to determine. Can anyone give us x, please? Can anyone find x? Anybody, please? And you can always go back and check, of course, before you say x equals. Anybody has x? Please.
Is x equals 7?
This is what I think it is. Very good. So let's work on the problem together. So I have to move 290,000 to the other side. Then I need 85,000 minus 290,000 equals negative 15,000x. So here's one possibility. Just write 185,000 minus 290,000, everything divided by negative 15,000. So you can do this in one step. Very good. With a graphing calculator. How do I do that? So remember to put parentheses around the numerator. So we have 185,000 minus 290,000 and close the parenthesis and divide by, in parentheses, negative. Since I start with a negative sign, I have to start with the symbol, not with the operating system symbol. Operating system symbol, I meant to say. Okay, so careful, put parentheses. So when I click enter, I do get 7, indeed. So x is 7 years. So the value, if the trend continues, in 7 years the value will drop to 185,000. Perfect. But now can anyone give us the ordered pair? Which ordered pair will this be that we just determined? What was the ordered pair that we just determined here? Anybody, please? Can anybody give us the ordered pair? Anyone, please?
7, comma,
Absolutely. That's it.
185.
Exactly. That's the ordered pair. So it's guaranteed that this and this ordered pair are all on this line. Absolutely guaranteed. Okay, moving on to graphing. Graphing linear equations. Graph and linear equations. And I want to start with a very simple one. So, and in general, we always look for using x and y intercepts. Remember how we find the x and y intercepts? To find the y-intercept, I said y equal to 0. To find the x-intercept, y equals 0. To find the y-intercept, I said x equal to 0. So please remember this, and you will never make a mistake. So for example, if I have y equals 1/2 x, how many points did we decide that we needed? How many points do we always need to graph a linear equation? Not more and not less. Yes. How many?
2.
2, indeed. So let's make x equals 0 and determine the corresponding y. So when x is 0, how much is y, please? Anybody, please? When x is 0, y is?
Would it be 0?
Absolutely. Can anyone right here, right now, give us the first ordered pair that we just discovered?
0, 0.
Excellent. So this is the origin. In other words, the line passes through this point. Both x and y intercepts are the same point. This may happen. When does this happen? When the equation has no free term. What do I mean by free term? So remember, the equation should be, let's say, not should be, it's an example. So it has a constant or a coefficient in front of x and a free term, free. We call it free term because it doesn't have x. It's free. But because this equation does not have a free term, the equation will pass through the origin. I still need a second point, because if I only have one point, I cannot define a unique line. So give me an x value, any x value you want, not the and then we will calculate the corresponding y value. But give me an x value that is not too big and it's easy to calculate the y. Because if you say 7, then you have to divide by 2 and you have to plot 3.5. So give me an x value that is convenient. And not 10 million because it will be way out of my little graph. So what will you make x into? What value would you give to x to create another point?
4.
Say it again.
4.
4 is good. 2 is good. Excellent. Perfect. 4 is perfect. So then if x is 4, how much is y?
2.
Good. Can anyone give us the ordered pair that we just determined?
4 and 2.
4 and 2 indeed. 4 is, x is always first, y is always second. So when I want to graph this line, now I'm ready to graph, I only need 2 points. I plot the points I have. One of them is the origin. Nice. The other one is a vertical line at 4 and a horizontal line at 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Connect the point. Connect the 2 points now. Extend the line. Always write the equation on the line. I already have it. It's right here. Above, below, left or right, it doesn't matter where. You have to write the equation. So please remember, when the free term is non-existent, the equation will pass through the origin of the coordinate system.